Well, given the stack of decks in front of me, it's that time of the month where I've decided my February decks. Actually, for the most part, these have been decided a while ago, actually. But I've got them out now because we're nearing the end of January. So I think we're just gonna go with this deck and then this deck. So we're just gonna mix in our Tarot and Oracle. So first one is That Feeling When by Lisa Tula Penrose. I don't know if this is still in print. I hope so. It's a very... Hang on. Let me show you... Oh, gosh. Do I even have a Stand Tarot? I didn't think about that. I was like, do I have a Stand Tarot? Yes, I do. So, this is a very, very tiny deck. So, this is it compared to a standard tarot. As you can see, it's quite smaller and thinner. This was... Oh, my gosh. Okay. So, I have been following the creator of this deck long before they were a deck creator. And I adore them. And so watching this get made, and also there's a couple people in here. So it's a mix of, so the photos, so the like background are like stock photos that she found, but then the people are, she couldn't find stock photos of people that she liked in terms of diversity. So she literally like asked people that she knew, or that they knew, sorry. Faye knew, sorry, their pronouns are Faye. Right, so like that's Faye and their partner, Faye and Fair partner. I'm not sure how. I haven't had to use their pronouns in a bit, so it's like I feel really bad. I'm so sorry, Lisa, if you ever see this. But yeah, so it's also really fun because there's a couple people in here, like them, the deck creator, a couple other people that I'm like acquaintances with, like Meredith Gerber. But yeah, this deck is just lovely. I love that, like, so the like feel so for this one, it's that feeling when the car rounds the bend and the view takes your breath away, and it's like these balloons and like animals, and yeah, yeah, I literally love this deck. I love the art style. I love like just the really like the titles that really make you think. Because there's not, hang on, I had the box. Oh, there is a tiny little guidebook, but like it is a tiny little guidebook. It is literally like, you already hold all the knowledge you need to read That Feeling When Oracle. Feel free to tuck this guidebook away, toss it, recycle it, staples removed, and will burn it safely. But if that scares you, let me talk you through it. And then it talks about like her goals, how to use the deck, example readings, because again, like there's no set determined meanings for what the cards mean. It's very much your own intuition. I don't remember if I showed the backs. It also has this like teal edging, and I'm like kind of obsessed with it. Not gonna lie. Okay, so that's that deck. We're just gonna put these back because I didn't need them, and I will forget that they need to be in this. So the next one, and this is gonna be the first of 2 nudity warnings, is Armor at Psyche. This is a Los Scarabeo Oracle, so for those of you who want more cards, this is not a deck for you. I feel like I showed this off. I feel like I showed this off recently in like a deck video, and I don't know. These are the backs. This deck skews a little bit more relationship based. But I figured, you know, we're heading into Valentine's Day month. So this had to come out, as well as some others. But yeah, I think this is just a deck that I was not expecting to love as much as I did. Because I definitely got it kind of on a whim, kind of not. I had it on my list for a while, but like, I definitely was like, I don't know what to have to go with it. And it turns out, actually, I do have something to go with it. And I'm very excited to like use this more. But yeah. Next is the newest deck to my collection. This is Seasons of the Witch Imbolc. So you've probably seen it. So this time we've got the blue edging, we've got candles on the back. I know that some people have been playing this in January, but seeing as Imbolc is in February, I decided to have it be a February deck for me. Whether or not I change that in the upcoming years is beyond me, But considering I didn't actually end up buying it until like mid-January, I figured, well, we'll give it a play while it's still wintry out, in my neck of the woods. So yeah, even though, you know, I desperately am ready. I'm done with winter. I am desperately ready for it to be spring. But I'm very excited about this nonetheless. So, sorry, I just realized I need to figure out where something is real quick. Oh, there it is. Okay. Not for this next deck, but for another deck. I just realized it'll be helpful to have it. So, this is my trimmed copy of the Lover's Path Tarot, which if you saw my November deck video, you've seen before. So these are the backs. Again, I heavily trimmed this. This had like 3 or 4 borders, and I took it down to the most in border. But I like this deck. Oh, I also edged it in this like dirty brown. I love this deck. It's very Rider-Waite-Smith. But I love it a lot. I love the art. I love it in this size. Because with the bigger borders, I don't know, it just felt really like a lot. But taking it down to this smaller size, I feel like just really opened this deck up for me. There is some times where I forget what's what, mainly in the quartz, although I think I figured that out in my head now. But luckily I have the giant collector's edition of this that has like a full color guidebook with all the cards. So if I ever am like not sure, I generally can go to that. Also, again, I've taken off the titles, but the majors were largely renamed in this deck. But yeah, I really like this deck. It's a nice, interesting mix of myths. My one biggest complaint is that all of the myths chosen for the minors are all very like Western, for the most part, if not exclusively. I feel like they're exclusively. I might be like wrong, but I don't think I am, because it's two Greek myths. And then I want to say it's like French and then Gaelic, maybe? Don't quote me on that last one. But, second possible nudity wording. This is, can we please talk about this bag that I got to go with this? I think it's perfect. This is the Sexual Magic Tarot, also by Lesca Vera. These are the backs. This, I spent so long, absolutely so long, like, I wanted a sexy deck, right? Like, I wanted just an erotic deck, and I spent like a year looking at different decks, going back and forth, ultimately decided on this one. Like, yes, it's very heteronormative, but there's something about this deck that I still find really just lovely. And yeah, and I would definitely say, like, this is definitely a deck that at some point I definitely kind of want to study, because it definitely goes its own way in some cards. But I really like this deck. The guidebook's really interesting because it has, like, it'll have, like, the title, a keyword, and then, like what magic is in it. So like for the star, it's so the star, attraction, and then the magic of union. I'm trying to find another one that's a little bit more weirder, because again, they're very weird and they're not really explained in the guidebook, because it was a guidebook. So like the 4 of chalices or the 4 of cups is the magic of the scissors, the magnet, and the coin, but then it's not explained in any detail. So this is a very interesting deck. And I definitely enjoy it. But yeah, no, it's definitely one that has slotted itself kind of sort of into February for me, just because it's Valentine's Day. And that's not to say that I wouldn't use it like other times of the year. I don't know. I just feel like it should come out in February. It's kind of where I'm at. So this next deck, I wasn't planning on bringing this out, because it ruins my like 3 and 3, but so this is the A Truth Universally Acknowledged, a Jane Austen Tarot. It is a playing cards mixed with the tarot. And the reason I brought this out was because I'm currently reading a Cartomancy in Folk and Witchcraft playing cards, Marseille and in Divination, Magic, and Lore by Roger J. Horn. This is the expanded second edition. And I was thinking about this deck specifically while reading this book. And I was like, where is this going to slot in for the rest of the year? And I realized it was going to be now. Although I will say, I've already gotten so much, so I don't know where I put the actual guide that comes with this, because I was using it for something else, completely unrelated to tarot. But I'm really glad that I've started reading this book, though, because when I got this, my very silly brain, for some reason, automatically assumed that, let me see if I can find one, to read the Jacks as knights for some reason. And he's talking about how they're actually, like, if you're gonna read them as a court card, they're basically the pages. And I don't know why I didn't think that. Like, I don't know. But yeah, I love the art in this deck. It's definitely not one that sees a lot of play in my collection because, again, it's a pip deck. So yeah. But I do love that, like, it'll have, like, quotes sometimes. But yeah, I don't read with this one as much. I don't know if I've shown you the backs. But I wanna try to, like, to bond with it more. I want to try to use it with what I'm learning here. So yeah, it's gonna be a whole thing, I think. I think that'll be good. But yeah. And then to sort of round out the sort of vibes, I decided, I don't know why. This is the literary tarot. And I don't know why this deck to me, and I think it's a specific couple cards in particular. These are the backs. I like love them. And then it's Goldkilla. Is there certain cards in this deck, not that for me just scream like sort of romantic a little bit more, like obviously, like, you know, obviously this is such a well balanced like tarot, and they, especially as they pulled, I really work. But I think it's some like the Jane Austen cards. You know, the fact that we have Romeo and Juliet for the page of parchment, which is page of coins. Great Gatsby. But yeah, like there's something about this deck and this art style that feels like it very much for me fits. And I definitely think I would pull this like other times too. It also feels like to me a very summer deck. But I don't know. I felt like it went with what else I had pulled out this year for this month. So I decided to slot it in here, and I'm very excited to sort of work with this group of decks. Especially because why are some of these, sorry, now I have to figure out, okay, it was just like this whole half. Okay. Especially because, like, I'm starting to read a little bit more classics than I have previously. So it'll be interesting to see, like, as I develop a relationship with the actual, like, work, although I don't think the classics that I've just recently read are actually in here. But yeah. Because I'm currently slowly working my way through Penguin's horror classic. They did very, very nice editions of them like 10 years ago. That is now my mission to own all of them. Thank you, brother. I didn't know they existed, and then he bought me one. And now, like Pokemon, I must collect them all. But they're absolutely gorgeous. They're like hardcovers. Guillermo del Toro was the one in charge of like editing the collection to these 6 books. And so yes, Frankenstein is one of them. It's gonna be the one I pick up last though, because I do actually already own a copy of Frankenstein, so I'll just end up replacing my copy of Frankenstein with that one eventually. Because they're not inexpensive. They're like $26 a pop if you buy them directly from the publisher. So it might be like a little bit like less to buy them at bookstores, maybe. Because I was looking at Penguin's website and they're like, yeah, $26. And I was like, okay. And granted, they are also hardcovers, but like, I want all 6. So that was completely unrelated. I am so sorry. But yeah, so those are the decks that I plan on working with in February. I I do know that this might come out again this year, if only because I have coming soon, hopefully, it's been like a month, a Great Gatsby Oracle, and I definitely want to pair this with that, because I think it'll be great. Also because it also, I think, has gold bling on it, so I think that'll be also interesting and nice. But yeah, those are the decks I'm working with in January. I think I've decided that, in terms of like video structure for this channel, it's going to be obviously the decks I'm working with each month. I think I'm going to do like a reading wrap up at the end of each month as well. So you'll get like sort of those 2 videos a month. And then if I have something that I want to talk about tarot wise, those will fall into the other 2 weeks. So I know I want to do, which actually this might come out after I do that, but I know I want to do a VR to, oh gosh. Wait, what's your name right now? Oh my gosh. It's killing me. I'm so sorry. I'm making your name so hard. I'm literally picturing your channel too. It's so frustrating. Anyway, there's a VR I want to do. It wasn't a tag. I just think it'd be fun to do a VR to it. There was a video that I filmed that I decided that I want to make 2 separate videos entirely. Because one of them I want to do more research on to make it just a better video. So that's probably going to be a while away now. But at some point I want to do like my recommendations to like, for like, not even big, like if I was introducing someone to tarot, like what books I would recommend, to start off with, which I think would be an interesting video. But yeah, if there's anything like you want to see, in terms of tarot content, let me know. Because like I said, I think that having the 2 weeks of just kind of like whatever I feel like sounds great. But the thing is, that also might means that some weeks I'm just off because I couldn't think of anything. So if you have ideas, let me know. And I'll see you next time. Bye!